Hey there, red and gold faithful. What's up? It's the ninernut doing a special episode today. And I'm not covering Thursday night's win just yet, although it was a real much needed win, a great victory, and just an absolute pleasure and to once again watch the Niners knock off the shitty Seahawks. But the reason I'm making this is because of Colin Cowherd's comments towards Brock Purdy. In case any of you hadn't read or seen, he had put out a post or on his show, which I don't listen to because it's a pile of shit, that he thinks that Bo Nix, 3 times I said it, the rookie who threw for 68 yards against the Jets, is better than Brock Purdy. And I tell you, I don't know how this isn't top news on a lot of different feeds, meaning how everyone and their mother is not giving this guy absolute shit about this comment, about his post, and about the fact that he has the audacity to try and break it down and make believers out of his stupid comment that Bo Nix is better than Brock Purdy, when in all fairness, we know that I don't even know how to articulate how stupid I think he is. There's dumb is dumb, and then there's just being a horse's ass, I guess. But of course we know that a lot of it too is just for content and just to stay relevant, because in all essence, Colin Cowherd sucks at what he does. His show blows. And I heard his show a couple times, whatever. I was never really sold on it. He sits there and bitches into a microphone like an angry... I don't know. He reminds me of the guy who goes to the country club that is angry because they didn't fill his orange juice all the way to the top of the glass. And just, after a comment like that, that's pure, it's a pure puff piece and pure stupidity. I don't know how the guy has a show anymore. I don't know how the guy has a platform. I think he's an absolute idiot. I think he's a horse's ass. I think he's a Purdy hater. I think he's got something against him for a long time. I don't know why. To say Purdy, who had a phenomenal game against the Seahawks the other night, probably his best game of the season, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions, is not as good as Bo Nix. And nothing against Bo Nix. I'm a fan. You have to be... You have to be beyond moronic, man. And I think that even if it's if it's fluff and just to get responses, which he's going to get, you're still a stupid ass. You're a dumbass. Why do you have a platform? Why do you have a talk show? You suck. Your podcast sucks. I can't wait when Purdy continues to play at his most elite level like he's doing this year. And I'm not just talking about his overall improvement. I'm talking about certain areas that nobody saw coming, like his scrambling ability, his ability to lead the league in yards per pass, his ability to be a very accurate short passer as well as a long passer. Did you see his throw to Debo the other night? Like, what game are you watching, brother? What game are you watching? Bo Nix. I watched Bo Nix against Denver. No offense. I know it was raining. I know that ball was heavy. But Bo Nix looked like he got kicked in the balls by a mule and didn't know where he was, and they spun him around like 6 times. What are you talking about? What planet are you living on? And the sad thing is that he has these... He goes like a good deal to break it down in his own moronic way. And I don't know how anyone could take him seriously as a commentator, as a podcaster, or just like as a factual, objective viewer of the game. Do you understand the game? You don't have to play it to understand it. I mean, you would get it from a different perspective, but do you understand the game? Like, is that how you sell? Is that how you sell your brand by making asinine comparisons like that? That Bo Nix is better than Brock Purdy? I mean, they're not even on the same planet. Not even on the same planet. They're in two different universes. Bo Nix is a rookie who's just trying to get his feet wet in the NFL. And gradually, I think he'll get better, especially with Sean Payton. And I like what they're starting to build in Denver. But you're talking about Purdy, a guy who's now in his third year, second full-time starting year, and is missing some of his key components, or at least was, and is still playing elite. In fact, Cowherd went as far as to do the same hackneyed agenda, birdie hatred-based thing by saying, well, he came into the league with all these pieces to the puzzle. He already had Deebo Samuel, and he had Brandon Ayuk and George Kittle and Christian McCaffrey and Trent Williams. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up, you fucking nerd. I hate that shit. I hate that complaining victim mentality bullshit. Bullshit. Absolute nonsense. And then he's like, Bo Nix, who does Bo Nix have? Cortland Sutton? Jaleel McLaughlin? Listen, I heard the same stupid argument for years from horses-ass people who didn't know anything. There was a douchebag who I used to know who was a big Raider fan. He was a full-fledged 24/7, 365 douchebag. Right? Big Raider fan, though. He tried to convince me, mind you, convince me that the reason Jerry Rice wasn't as good as Tim Brown and that Tim Brown was better was because Steve Young and Joe Montana were throwing to Jerry Rice. And then he tried to convince me that the only reason Young and Montana were that good was because of Jerry Rice, John Taylor, Brent Jones, Roger Craig, Tom Rathman. And no disrespect to Tim Brown. I love him. I think he's up in the upper group of wide receivers all time, 100%. But how are you going to make arguments like that? And that's what Colin Cowherd did. And his funny thing is he tried to actually piggyback off it by saying these stupid things about just because Purdy has these targets and these players around him, it's easier for him to be good. Are you kidding me? Colin. Okay? Colin Cow shit. Listen to me. In case you haven't been watching this year, Purdy has had to, first of all, he put on a shitload of muscle in the offseason. Then he's taking his running game as far as, scrambling. His scrambling game, I should say, as a quarterback to a new level. Have you not been watching the plays he's making on his feet, how he's extending plays? To which the greats did. Montana extended plays. Young extended plays. Garcia, because of his leg, extended plays. Right? Whereas a guy like Kaepernick was just purely good on his feet. He didn't have the ability to stand in the pocket and bang the ball down if he had to. Similar to Michael Vick, who I feel both were heavily overrated. But those were scrambling quarterbacks. Are you not watching how Purdy has the ability to see what's around him, using preferably his peripheral vision as well as his ears? Because that's what quarterbacks have to use, those two things. You got to hear what's coming at you if you can't see it, and you got to see without seeing. Or how he feels the pressure around him and has been able to get out of the pocket or extend plays longer, or scramble out to one side or the other and then either throw the ball away. Have you not been watching it? It's all these little intricate things that you have to take into consideration when you're breaking down a quarterback's game. Now, I've seen Bo Nix play a full game once, maybe almost twice. And again, what I've seen is a guy who I think has ability. I think obviously he's not there yet. Does he have all the best targets around him? No. Cortland Sutton is probably the supreme wide receiver there. Jaleel McLaughlin I like. Obviously, they're missing certain players there, right? No more Jerry Jeudy. I thought Jerry Jeudy was highly overrated. But I can't put all that blame on just because he doesn't have those players around. I mean, you got Sean Payton. Sean Payton helped establish, or Sean Payton's knowledge, I should say, was one of the assets that helped Drew Brees, although Drew Brees individually was a phenomenal all-time great quarterback. So I don't know where this guy's comparison even holds water. In fact, I'm going to go as far to say I don't know how we, as Niner fans, are letting this guy get off the hook with that shit. Like, we got to hold him accountable to making stupid comments like that, or making stupid posts, or just trying to get under people's skin, which he does a good job at me. But still, man, I like to call people on their bullshit, because if you're dumb enough to have to use stupid ways to sell your bullshit, then you're just a horse's ass that has no content to begin with, man. And to try and back it up with some type of pragmatism makes me even want to punch you in the face more, because like you're now you sound even 10 times stupid. It's like a racist person, right? Not that he's a racist. I'm not saying he's a racist. I'm saying, you know how a racist person tries to, in their own stupid way, make it okay for the horrible things they're saying about others. They try and, kind of make you believe that what they're saying is okay because, this is the way they feel, and they try and, like, mark it down with these dumb, like, that's what he sounds like in terms of football. Like, you don't know your football, bro. Like, what games are you watching, bro? Like, again, all I've seen, and I'm obviously I'm a little biased because I'm a huge Purdy fan and a ninernut, but it's like, what game are you watching? What game? Last week he was on Purdy's ass about, his, the way he talks, he has that whiny, annoying voice, Colin Cowherd, that whiny, annoying, I sleep with a stuffed ET, full-fledged doll, like one of those big ET lifelong dolls. Definitely sleeps with one of those. Definitely snuggles next to it. Those annoying, nerdy voices. Have you seen that his completion percentage is so much lower and he's thrown more interceptions? First off, if you were watching the game last week, he got hit twice when he threw 2 of those interceptions, number one. That's number one. Number two, has he had the last, not the Seattle game, but the game against Arizona and the game against the Patriots? Were they his 2 best games stat-wise? No, they weren't. But are you going to just pick out those 2 games and negate everything else the guy has done? Man, I almost get so tired of hearing myself hate on you, because it's just like, you're just an idiot, dude. You make stupid comments, and your show sucks. And the fact that you have a platform to spew bullshit really angers me, because I know 10-year-olds, maybe even 8-year-olds, that can see the difference between those 2 players. And again, it's not a disrespect to Bo Nix. I'm hoping he turns out to be the savior in Denver in terms of quarterbacks, because they haven't had a legit quarterback maybe since Jake Plummer, who was on his second stint after Arizona, but they did have 1 or 2 good seasons under Jake Plummer, and obviously the savior in terms of quarterbacks in Denver is the mighty all-time great John Elway. I'm hoping Bo Nix turns into that guy, because I like him. I liked him coming out of college. I liked him. I like watching him. I like that he's got a lot of heart. He's got a lot of engine. He's got a motor. He wants to go, go, go. He's really good on his feet. He has the ability to drop back and throw the ball. But there's no way, shape, or form is he even close to Brock Purdy, man. What's up with these people, man, that just hate on this guy? Why do you hate on this guy so much? What is the thing? What is the thing? Is there a is it because he was the last pick ever taken that you hate on him? Is it because he's not 6'5" and doesn't run a 4.2? I shake my head at shit like this, dude. I shake my head at shit like this, because there's so many people that buy into this shit. And you know what? Listen, I don't mind that you're not a fan of someone. I don't mind that you're not a fan of a team, but you got to be objective. Look, I hate the Giants, the New York Giants with a passion. But I tell you this much, Phil Simms was a damn good quarterback. Jeff Hostetler was a damn good quarterback, right? I can admit that easily in a heartbeat. Just like I could say, you know, I'm not the biggest Patrick Mahomes fan, but I respect Mahomes. Mahomes is legit. You know, I can say that. I'm not going to sit there and make stupid comments and say, well, you know, Mahomes isn't really as good as, I don't know, Justin Herbert or some stupid shit like that. Maybe that's not the best comparison, but I wouldn't make a stupid comment like that and then try and piggyback off that with dumb facts. You're an idiot, bro. You're an idiot. I don't believe that a guy like Colin Cowherd has sat there and watched as many Niner games as we have. I don't believe that he's seen the evolution of Brock Purdy from start to finish like we have. Because I'm sure a lot of you are like me. We don't miss Niner games. Even if we can't get to them live, we watch them back in whole view, if you're able to. You know? That's why, like, my argument was always when people were so big on Kaepernick, talent-wise, I used to say, listen, I hate to tell you this, but Kaepernick was a good quarterback who was in the right system with a very intelligent head coach, and they also happen to have a legit defense that year. You know, Kaepernick, like I said, could not sit in the pocket and throw the ball. That was not his game. He was never going to get better at that, I don't believe. He was better scrambling out of the pocket, sort of run and gun. You know, same thing. Good athlete? Yeah, 100% he was a good athlete. Had to be a good athlete to play the way he played. It's the same thing with Michael Vick. I was never a Michael Vick fan. I thought Michael Vick was heavily overrated. I'm not going to touch the whole legal thing because I'm not going to get into it. I'm sticking to football here. Michael Vick, I thought, again, good on his feet, excellent. Good athlete, very. Good quarterback altogether, mediocre. Pocket quarterback, mediocre. Have I seen a lot better? Many. So I don't know where these things come from. And again, I don't think you need to be a wizard. I don't think you need to be Gandalf the fucking NFL Gray to figure this shit out. You got eyes and you got ears. Watch the fucking game. Watch the game. And don't be a dick with your platform, which you don't deserve to have. Because if I was the producer of that show, I know everything's based on views and whatnot, but on pure subject matter and pragmatism, I would pull your shit so fast because that's the dumbest comparison I ever heard. The fact that you think a rookie, Bo Nix, is better than Brock Purdy makes me shake my head. It also makes me wonder about, think of all the other guys in the NFL that Bo Nix is not yet as good as, right? I mean, let's just go down the quarterback list. Let's not even keep them in order, right? Let's not even do that. Let's just purely, name them and go from there. Obviously, you've got your Patrick Mahomes. Obviously, you've got your Kirk Cousins, right? You've got your Justin Herbert. You've got your Lamar Jackson. You've got your, even, look, say what you want about him, man, but I mean, he's not the best quarterback in football. He didn't have the best game the other night against us, thank God. But Geno Smith isn't a bad quarterback whatsoever. You got all these guys up there. You got Purdy up there, right? He's right in there with them. Josh Allen, right? Aaron Rodgers still. I mean, come on, man. These are all the guys, Bo Nix. You don't mention them. To say that Bo Nix is better than Brock Purdy basically means that Bo Nix is better than some of these guys that I may be naming because that's the upper group. Who else we got that he thinks that he would be better than if making that statement? I mean, you name it. Any quarterback that is mostly legit. You think Bo Nix is better than Carr in New Orleans? I don't think so. Not yet, at least. You think Bo Nix is better than is he better than Gardner Minshew or Aiden O'Connell? Not yet, at least. We haven't seen enough of them. You haven't seen enough of them. How could you make that comment? Because you're an idiot. That's why. I actually enjoy guys who continue to stumble over their feet with stupidity and hate and just not even about the 49ers and Brock Purdy, but just make dumb comments all the time. I love the people who like, get behind Dak Prescott like he's the end all be all and he deserves every minute of that, every cent of that money. Or people that say he's clutch, or that people that, make other asinine comments that oh man, the river runs deep with this guy. Well, I'm not letting him off the hook for this. He ain't getting off the hook in my book. I think he's an idiot, and I think he needs to be held accountable. And I'm going to be tagging him and shit. And I'm going to be coming from all year long because from this point on, you're going to watch how this team heavily rebounds. They're 3-3 right now. They're tied for first in the NFC West. Okay, and they're getting some players back. Rookie Ricky Pearsall is coming back. Okay, CMC will be back maybe early November, maybe late October. In the shadows of the injuries that we've had already, like to Javon Hargrave or to Dre Greenlaw, who will be back at some time. Shavarius Ward will be back from sickness. So we're going to be just fine. And this idiot, obviously, I don't think will ever change his tune, but it doesn't matter because once you open your mouth with stupid shit like this, you don't deserve to be forgiven because it's just pure stupidity. I'm going to tag his ass. I'm going to be coming from all year long with this because and again, it's nothing against Bo Nix. I'm a fan. I'm a fan of Bo Nix. I want him to do well, but I'm going to, every week, dude, I'm going to look at the stats. I'm going to keep posting them. You watch. This guy don't know. I'm the biggest pain in the fucking ass when it comes to people being stupid. If you anger me. And I'm nobody special at all. I'm not threatening no one. But to say something stupid like that and to try and back it up is worse, I think, than not trying to back it up. The fact that you try and use the limited amount of stats that Bo Nix has in his rookie career against Brock Purdy is ass. I mean, Brock Purdy's been to a Super Bowl and NFC Championship game. He's had a catastrophic injury that he's rebounded from. He's added so much to his game. Colin Cowherd, do me a favor. If there's a surgery for stupidity, let me know so I can contribute because you, sir, are a stupid pineapple ass. Anyway, I had to make a special episode just for him. So much love and peace to all you Niner fans. Much love and peace to you guys who follow me on the live feed. Love it. Respect it. Always want to hear from you. Call in, text me, message me if you want. I will be coming back at you this week covering the Niners' victory over the those chicken hawk from Seattle who we own. Peace.